What the dog doing?
Hello guys and welcome back to another YouTube video. So as you can tell by the title, this is gonna be basically like a review video or like an informational video just if you're interested in buying a Dyson Airwrap. I did a similar video with this kind of structure for the Poland seam bag and it did pretty well. I figured you guys would like if I continued with these reviews. So also excuse the lighting, it's gonna be going in and out because it's cloudy outside and then it'll kind of go from dim to sunny. So for my credentials, I've had the Dyson since 2020 or 2021, and as you can see, I'll add pictures of my hair. Also in the video where I showed you guys how I use my Dyson or how it works, I feel like my hair didn't really turn out A1 in that video because I was so focused on filming rather than making sure I didn't miss anything, but you guys will basically get the gist of it. So as for the why I bought the Dyson Airwrap, I actually didn't buy it myself. My mom got it for me. Back then my mom used to curl my hair with a regular curling iron because I didn't know how to, and I still don't know how to use a regular curling iron to iron my hair. So she got me the Dyson Airwrap so that I can be able to do it on my own. This is my third Dyson Airwrap and I'll kind of go through why I've had three in the past. I had the old one, like the very first one that came out where the barrels were like that long, and my mom upgraded me to the longer, newer barrels because also if you see my nails throughout this video, just ignore them. But my mom upgraded me to longer barrels because as you can see, my hair is quite long and the smaller barrels really did not work that well for my hair. I think if you have shorter hair though, the older Dyson might work well for you. I don't even know if they still sell them. Also, just an FYI, I rarely use the other attachments that come with the Dyson Airwrap. I mostly just use the dryer attachment or the curler barrel attachments. Okay, now we'll run through the details of the Dyson. The Dyson Airwrap retails for $599.99. It comes in 5 different colorways. The one I have is the Prussian blue and rich copper, and then the original two that I had were like the basic regular gray and purplish ones. They come with 6 attachments and 2 accessories. I'm not really sure. I assume the accessories are like the wand and then the thing to clean the filter with, and then we'll go through the 6 attachments. Like I said, I don't really use a lot of things in here. I've never used this brush. I use this sometimes. It's more so if I don't really want my entire hair curly and I just want a little bit of motion with my hair or just like the end slightly curled inwards. And then it comes with 2 curling barrels in 2 different diameters. The original ones, they also used to come with 4 curling barrels. So 2 of the thicker ones and then 2 of the thinner ones. But now with these, you can just kind of switch which way you want your hair to curl. You just twist on the top with the arrows pointing the way you want your hair curled. I'm really bad at explaining, guys, so just bear with me. It also comes with another one of these brushes, but like I said, I don't use these ever. This attachment, this is like the Air Straight, I think. It's basically for your flyaways, but I also use this to dry my hair sometimes. I think it works pretty well in flattening out your flyaways, but I don't use it that often. But yeah, this one also has an option both ways or both directions, and then this also kind of controls where the air flows out of or when you're doing like the top sides of your head. Okay, and then one thing that irked me, so this is an attachment from my old Dyson. Although I sometimes use this to dry my hair on the Dyson website, for some reason they have 2 Dyson Airwrap options for the same price. This one doesn't come with a dryer attachment and the other one does. And if I'm not mistaken, it comes with all the same things. The other one just comes with an extra dryer attachment for the same price. So that kind of irked me a little bit. I didn't notice that before. I don't know if that's something new that came out. But yeah, I've been using, like I said, one of my old Dyson attachments for hair drying. If you guys are on the fence about buying a Dyson Airwrap, just pay a little more attention to what comes with your Dyson, because if they're both gonna be $600, you might as well get the one with the dryer attachment. So this is the one that you click all these attachments into. You don't have to press anything to lock it in, but when you want to take it out, you just pull this down. These next few things are probably not going to mean much to you guys. It didn't really mean much to me, but I just wanted to throw it out there. The airflow is 13.5 liters per second. The power is 1300 watts and the voltage is 120 volts. And then it says 1.5 pounds. I assume it's talking about this itself. It has 3 speed settings and 3 temperature options. This one controls the power, and then in order to do a cold shot you have to hold this up. I personally do not do a cold shot when I'm curling my hair, and I'll also get into that later. These right here are the speed setting. I personally like using it at the middle speed. Sometimes I use it at the faster one. The lowest speed feels kind of pointless to me because it's not really doing anything. And then a hot setting and then the cold setting. I personally like to keep it also at the middle setting for this too. Okay, now we're going to jump into the apparentlys and then my experience. So the first apparently is that you're supposed to dust the bottom every once in a while. This is like the air filter. With my first two, I don't think I ever dusted them and I never had a problem. With this one, before I filmed, you guys will see it in a little bit, but before I filmed the video where I'm like showing you guys how the Dyson airwrap works, it stopped working like several times in the middle of the video and I was so confused because it's never done that before. Turns out when I was cleaning it, I kind of put this on the opposite way of how it's supposed to go. It was just because of that. There was like a red light blinking here and I looked up what it meant and it just said it's something about the air filter. I feel like the customer service is always a mixed bag for anything. So with the very first Dyson that I got, before my mom gave it to me, she was using it. It kept turning off on its own to the point where you could barely use it to actually do anything with your hair. They replaced it for her free of cost, obviously, because it was like a faulty product. And then my aunt also had an issue. I forgot what it was, but she didn't have an issue with the Dyson. And once they got everything situated, they actually ended up sending her an upgraded Dyson. So that was really nice. I feel like the customer service has been pretty consistently good, at least from me and my family's experience. Another apparently is that people say that the curls don't last that long. I personally love how long the curls last for me, but also I have Asian hair that gets really greasy fast, so I usually wash my hair at least once a day or every other day. So it's not like I can see how long these curls would last. But I also don't like my hair extremely curly. I just like it like loose, wavy curls. So if I do curl it a bit too much, by the next day it's like exactly how I want it. There are some tips and tricks that help the curls last longer for your hair. Like personally for me, I think working with slightly damp hair makes the curls last longer. Another apparently that I've seen, it's kind of like a popular hack, is to do a cold shot for your hair while you're curling it. So it's basically like holding your hair to the heat for about 15 seconds, then using that cold shot button I showed you guys earlier and holding that for 8 seconds. And apparently that makes it last longer. My experience, I've tried it before. I feel like it didn't really make that big of a difference for me. And then, you know, it's more time consuming because you're spending a little longer on each section. Honestly, sometimes I don't even hold my hair to the heat for the full 15 seconds that most people recommend, and it still works perfectly fine for me. But also, like I said, I don't like my hair super curly. So another apparently I've seen, people say that the Dyson airwrap is better for your hair. It causes less heat damage. I 100% agree with that. This is my hair with zero product. I haven't styled it or done anything to my hair for this video. And then you guys know from my previous videos, I used to be blonde for like 4 years. So that's still kind of growing out. But I think my hair would be so much more damaged if I didn't use the Dyson. And higher up where it doesn't see as much heat and has never been bleached before or dyed, it's pretty healthy. Another apparently that I've seen is that it's a time saver. I 100% agree. It is a huge time saver. It's very low maintenance to use. Like you just hold your hair to it and the hair wraps around the barrel itself. When my mom used to curl my hair, it probably took her like 20-30 minutes. I can do it on my own in about 15-20 minutes. But also that's like a personal experience for me because I don't hold my hair to the heat for that long. Another apparently that I saw is that it doesn't work as well on short or fine hair. My mom has pretty short hair and every time she uses the Dyson, it looks so good. Like her hair always looks so good. She also doesn't really make her hair super curly. She more so styles it to be wavy and just have some shape to it. But I think it works wonderful for her. I actually have not seen someone with shorter hair use a Dyson to like actually really curl their hair, so this might not be the best best example. That's just like the experience that I have. Okay, moving into the pros. These are pros that I've seen other people mention, but that I also agree with. It's quick, easy. It has multiple heat and speed settings, which I love, even though most of the time I'm using like the middle setting for both of those. You can create a variety of styles. I feel like all the attachments that are included in the Dyson, it's literally all that you need for your hair, me personally, because I don't really do anything too crazy with my hair either. And another thing that I noticed is every time that I use the Dyson Airwrap, I always get compliments on my hair, especially when I curl it. And also I think when I had more layers, how I styled my hair with the Dyson Airwrap was so flattering. I've been thinking of getting more layers because right now I just have like extremely long layers. The cons, like I said, turns off randomly. Obviously I figured out what the problem was for my Dyson, but I know a lot of other people have had experiences like that too with their Dyson, where it's actually kind of like a faulty item. That's kind of wild for a $600 hair styling accessory. And then you'll see in that video that I'll show you guys how I style my hair. It doesn't really get the ends of my hair, especially if my hair is a little damp. Another con I mentioned before, a lot of people say that the curls don't last long enough for them. I feel like you just need to kind of work out what works best for your hair. Like some people might need to use hairspray, do like the damp hair method, do the cold shot method. I feel like I got pretty lucky with my hair because it's very low maintenance to keep it curled the way I want to keep it curled. And that's coming from a girl whose hair is very straight naturally and doesn't hold curls that well. Definitely for me, styling it with damp hair has been the move. Another con is that it is on the higher price point for hairstyling tools. I have a few recommendations or dupes that I'll mention at the end. Another con is that it is a big learning curve. The Dyson did take a little bit to get used to, especially while I was learning what works best for my hair. But I feel like that's kind of expected with everything. No one's perfect with a curling iron the first time, and no one's gonna be perfect with a Dyson Airwrap the first time either. This is a con that I guess I don't see really mentioned, but I find it as a con, is that the case is so bulky. I know it can't be helped because it's got to hold all the attachments and stuff, but it's so heavy and it's so bulky. If I want to take it somewhere, I can't take it with the whole case. I just take this and the curling barrels and the blow dry attachment, and that's it. And I just like wrap all those together and like shove it in a suitcase. I wish there was a travel friendly option from Dyson Airwrap, but yeah, I can see why that's not a thing. So for my bangs, like the front of my hair, I like to just use the big thing, curl it going this way, and then wrap it in like a little roller until I'm done with the rest of my hair. On this half, I'll do the skinnier tube, and then on the left side, I'll do the thicker tube, just so you guys can see the difference. If you like tighter curls, this one works well. Otherwise, this is usually the one I use. I think I fixed it, we'll see. Also, I don't like to wear jewelry while I'm doing my hair with the Dyson because since the hot air blows, sometimes it'll hit your skin. If you're wearing jewelry, it'll really heat up that jewelry and it'll kind of burn your skin. So I like to leave my accessories off when I do my hair. Another thing I want to point out is that for both the thinner rod and the thicker rod, I don't know why, but they both kind of have trouble getting like the ends of my hair. If you can see, like this middle part is like pretty well curled and then the bottom is like so loose. But personally for me, I'm not like type A where I really want my curls like super perfect throughout. Like I'm okay if it looks a little uneven, more natural, kind of messy. So yeah, something to keep in mind. Okay, so we just did this side with the smaller rod. We're gonna comb it out after we're done with this side. So like I said, on this side we'll go with the thicker rod. And also you're gonna be able to see here, like you can turn left and right for which way you want the curls to face. So for this side, I like my curls to face this way, like outwards. So this side I usually switch the setting.
What the dog doing?
Now going into the recommendations and the dupes, keep in mind, same as with the pull unseen bag video, I didn't do as thorough of a research or deep dive into these products that I'm about to tell you guys like I did with the Dyson Airwrap. I've also personally never used these products. They're just things that I've seen people say are a really good alternative if you don't want to spend $600 for a Dyson Airwrap. So first up we have the Shark Beauty Flex Style. There's two options that I saw online. I'm not too sure the difference between them, but one is $350 and one is about $220. But I think the Shark Beauty has been the biggest thing that I've seen people compare the Dyson Airwrap to, saying that it's a very good alternative. Still on the higher price point at $350, but it is almost half of what a Dyson is. Another really popular one that I saw is on Amazon. It's called Ella Bella 6-in-1 Professional Hot Air Styler. It's about $170. I've seen really crazy reviews for this one, especially for under $200. I think a lot of people might like this alternative. It also looks pretty good. Like I said, I've never used it, but... And the last one is the Revlon Volumizing Brush. It's kind of really just a dupe for this one. It has heat coming out of it, so you don't need like a brush like this and a blow dryer. And on TikTok, I've seen girls do amazing blowouts with this brush. So if you only really want that one brush attachment from the Dyson, I feel like the Revlon Volumizing Brush will work just as well. Alrighty guys, and that is it for today's video. I hope I didn't miss anything and I hope I was thorough enough. Personally for me, I think the Dyson Airwrap is all I will ever need and use. I feel like it comes with everything. I also love Dyson colors. I feel like they come off as really luxurious. If I had the option to pick, I think I would have gone with the pink one, but this color is also so gorgeous. If you guys have any questions or liked the video, don't forget to leave a comment down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching once again. Bye!
What the dog doing?